head pro at Burford Golf Club. Welcome to another video, and today we're going to be mainly focusing on question of the day. So I've had a couple of questions through which I thought would be a really good topic for us to cover today. It will be linked to the short game as well. Firstly, can I thank all the subscribers, everyone that's sharing the videos. We now reached over 200. We had a prize at 100, which was won by Mike South. He won a Callaway dozen Truvies. And then yesterday we drew for the 200 subscribers. That was David Carew Gibson, who won a pink golf shirt with Burford Golf Club embroidered on it. And we're gonna play for 300 subscribers, hoping for that, and we'll be giving away a dozen Pro V1s to that winner. Thanks for all the questions, lots coming in, got to pick a few. Today there's a couple combined, and hopefully you'll enjoy today's session. It's going to be focusing on the golf ball and its performance. So without further ado, it's time for question of the day. Okay, so today's questions, we've got Dunk, ball fitting, how important for my standard 11 handicap? What's involved and how many different golf balls would we try? And then that was from Max Sultani, thanks for that, Mac. And from Pete Johnston, we've had, as a high handicapper, should I play a soft feel ball rather than a hard one? What do you recommend? So firstly, with Mac's question, when we do a golf ball fit, we will use what we stock, which is Pro V1, Callaway Truvies, Callaway Super Soft, Callaway Chrome Soft, TP5 TaylorMade, TP5X. So those are the main golf balls that we will utilise when we're doing a ball fit. Sometimes we've brought other ones into the mix, but they tend to be the main ones. They're the ones that we stock, they're the ones that I advise, and I tend to advise golf balls based on compression, which then goes back to your golf ball speed and how far you hit certain clubs. So the first question that I would ask you when you come into the shop, when you're asking for advice, is how far do you hit an A-time? And if the answer is above 140 yards, I would say that you need a higher compression golf ball, which falls under Callaway Chrome Soft, Chrome Soft X, Titleist Pro V, Pro V1X, TP5, TP5X. If your ball speeds are delivering an A-time less than 140 yards, then we start looking at a lower compression golf ball. So first of all, thinking about the actual differences between the questions here with regards to a soft feel ball rather than a hard one. So we've got two elements to the golf ball, which is compression and cover. So if we look at compression to start with, if you hit the ball a very short distance, then the compression, in my opinion, isn't that important, because you want to get as much distance out of that golf ball as possible. So I would probably be looking at a hard ball, and usually when a hard ball comes along, you've got a hard cover, high compression. It's just a ball that will run and run and run. And you know what? If distance is the issue, then they're a good golf ball to use. Then you've got someone who'll probably hit an A-time between 100 yards, 140 yards. It's a big gap, but nevertheless, they're probably going to maximise from having a golf ball with a low compression, and then the cover is another matter. But with regards to the low compression, your club head speed's going to be low, so therefore the ball's not going to squish as much. So when we're actually hitting a golf ball, and you'll have seen images online and when adverts come out, and you'll see that golf ball squidge into the club face, and then the elasticity off that club face is where that power and distance comes from. So once you start actually compressing the ball with enough club head speed, then it benefits to have the right compression. So if you've got a low compression ball, that will complement a low club head speed. With that compression, not only will you benefit from distance, there'll be less side spin imparted on the ball, and so therefore the ball technically, in theory, should go straighter. And usually when I get people into a golf ball, for people who hit an A-time between 100 and 140 yards, they usually find they see immediate benefits from the golf ball. So that's really important. Then you're moving on to a higher compression again. So for somebody who's then hitting a golf ball over 140 yards. So when we're hitting a golf ball over that distance, then it starts to look at different elements, and that is backspin generation. and that is just literally totally individual to that person. So I will fit them into either the Chrome Soft X, Pro V1, Pro V1X, TP5, TP5X, and we would look at those golf balls and see how they perform, because what you will see is you'll see variations in launch angle and backspin, and backspin's massively important, especially from someone who hits the ball a long way, because if the backspin's too high, it will cause a lot of problems when the weather's not still and calm, and also how receptive the greens are. So there's a lot of different elements to compression. Then it comes to the cover, and it's quite simply down to how that feels and acoustics. And you'll find that some golf balls, when you hit them, don't sound very good. They sound a bit putty-like, where they're a bit too soft, and vice versa. You can get some shells that are too crisp and too high a frequency. And so that feedback, especially around the short game and the putting, is very important. So it's that balance between acoustics and ball performance, and ideally with a ball fit we would get both of those elements combined. So I hope that answers the question with ball fit. It is very technological. You've got a lot of things going on in there, and I really do think it's an extremely important thing, no matter whether you're a really high handicapper or you're off +3, irrelevant. You'll see benefits from having a good ball fit. So today the plan is I'm going to hit some golf balls. We've got Callaway Super Soft, we've got Callaway Chrome Soft, and we've also got Titleist Pro V1. And I'm going to hit some chips. We're going to put the software into golf ball fitting mode. That's going to give us a read, and we're going to be looking at backspin performance mainly from today. If we see other elements that are actually occurring, then we'll raise those, but it's going to be backspin and seeing how the different balls are reacting to that club on that ball from a 30-yard chip. So I'm going to try and hit 10 decent struck balls. Obviously the data is based on quality of strike. Hopefully I can strike some good ones for you. We're going to hit 10 balls of each, and then hopefully we'll see how those golf balls differ in performance. Okay, so this is take 2, and the first take I was trying to screen record the laptop, which would show all the information, all the pictures on that we see on the projection here, but actually on the computer, so you get more crisp and I could go over the details of the performance of each of the golf balls. But what we're going to do is we're going to see whether it's my inconsistencies or whether we actually had similarities in ball performance. So from the first session, 10 golf balls hit, and to see what the performance was, and we noticed, or what we got from it was the ball spin on the Pro V1 was the lowest, the launch was the lowest, then the Chrome Soft launched higher and spun higher, and then the Super Soft launched higher again but spun similar to the Chrome Soft. So it'll be interesting to see what the results are from this session. I do hope the screen record works. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to record it manually from another camera, but hopefully it's worked. We'll find out after the experiment, so let's see how that goes. Okay, so we're hitting a few Pro V1s for these particular shots, and as we said, what we noticed was from the first trial of golf balls, unfortunately the software didn't work, the Pro V1s were flying at the lowest trajectory and with the lowest spin, and sadly there were a few inconsistent shots in there. You see the distances are a little bit off, not landing in the same place, but then we've got a few pretty positive numbers, and the launch was very consistent, coming out about 20-degree launch angle with these basic chip shots, carrying around 13-14 yards. You can see they're quite similar. Then we changed to the Callaway Chrome Soft, and we said before that it launched a bit higher and the spin increased. Sadly the first 2 chips I hit were a little bit on the thin side, but even so you can see that the apex of those flights are still on the top end of the Pro V1s, and then the next one actually struck really quite well, and we could see the launch go up almost straight away. So this was quite interesting to see how the nature of the ball flight was a higher launch angle just with the change of golf ball. You can see that one was the highest there. So we'll look at the next one, and the numbers obviously, again looking at them, they were behaving as previous.
as we said, and you can see that cluster there, and the red lines are much higher than the orange being the Pro V1 and the red being the Chrome Soft. And then we changed to the Super Soft, and again we expected to see from the previous experiment higher ball flights, and instantaneously that occurred. That first one was a little bit long, to be fair, but nevertheless you can see that the white lines, which is the Super Soft, had a higher ball flight than the Chrome Soft and the Pro V1. So amazing to see how that ball has changed so many characteristics of the ball flight, and it's so important for the right ball fit. So in conclusion of the results, we've got a Pro V1 that's, for me, launching low, spinning low, and then we've got the Chrome Soft that's launching probably optimum launch and a higher spin, which means I'm going to have a good control, and then the Super Soft that's launching too high and spinning similar to the Chrome Soft, but that'll mean that probably I'm going to find most chips will come up short. So it's amazing how just that ball fit on the chips has given us so much information.
So thanks for watching. If you've got any questions on this, and I would imagine there'll be a few, please fire them through. We'll discuss this more. We might even put some more golf balls to test at a later video, and I hope you've enjoyed that. So thanks for watching, thanks for sharing and subscribing, and I hope everyone's safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Thanks.